Okay, I'd like to show you my t-shirt. This is my t-shirt. It's, hope you can read, Woodstock and Moosehead. Oh, what else am I going to tell you? I was going to try and explain Matrix glitches, but I can't because they're glitches in the Matrix. What is the Matrix? That is the whole thing that Morpheus says at the beginning of the movie. If you go watch the movie The Matrix, you probably will get a good idea what is the Matrix. Bob Frizzell for the reality game. If you were considering seeking something new, what would you seek? I don't know. I seem like I'm always saying these kind of things. Seek, seek, seek. Quest, quest, quest. Truth. Truth. Where do you get truth from? Most people get it from books and from, common knowledge. But truth, real truth, comes from within. What does that mean? Go within, seek within. What does that mean? It means that if you can bypass all of that stuff that you've been indoctrinated in, and then you start speaking, you can get in touch with truth. And you can get past the ideas that have failed you. Insufficient data. What do you mean? What I mean is you yourself are connected to the universe. And all the knowledge of the universe is within you because the holographic universe, if you want to have a holographic universe, it means you're part of the holographic universe. And every little piece of the holographic universe has got the whole universe in it. Sounds stupid, sounds unbelievable, but that's the hologram for you. Research holograms. Okay, one more time. Fixing the Matrix. Because the Matrix is broken. In other words, it's not serving the humans very well. Everyone is just not terribly happy about things. There's always accidents. There's people dying. People getting sick. People doing jobs that they hate. And people will say, well, just get a new job. No, that's not what it means. It means that the way that things are in our matrix, well, I call them all broken, but how do you fix it? You have to fix it by finding truth. The reason that our matrix is so fucked up is because we're indoctrinated with lies. Where did the lies all come from? Demonic. The demonic has been lying to us for a long time. How am I going to prove it to you? Well, everyone that's ever thought about things like, what is the Christmas spirit, for example? Why don't we have the Christmas spirit every day? Why do we have to have it for a special season, a special day? Why don't we have it all the time? Well, we don't. So to fix the matrix, we got to have the Christmas spirit all the time. Well, it's going to be a bit of a jump in order to jump out of the wrong timeline that we're in. Why is it the wrong timeline? Well, people always say, if you were like going to church or something, they would say, your job is to bring heaven to earth. And I've said this before. Your job is to bring heaven to earth. And the Christmas spirit is heavenly. It's, goodwill towards other people. It's a spirit of giving. It's Christmas magic. That's what we need every day. Promised you a miracle. That's an old song by Simple Minds. And, why don't we see too many miracles these days? Think of miracles. Oh, well, somebody replaced my heart valve. I guess that's considered a miracle. But, everyday miracles. What do we need? Well, the Course in Miracles says, if you don't see miracles happening all the time, then something has gone wrong. What's gone wrong? Well, they say whatever it is, you got to let it go. What's the spirit of forgiveness, letting it go. What else do they want you to know? Only love is real. So if we're not walking around with love, and we're not talking about romantic fairy tale love, we're talking about what's known as agape love, which is the highest form of love, which is love for all beings. And we don't have it. So how do we change that? It's an attitude adjustment on part of all the humans. We have to stop cutting down 600-year-old trees to turn into chopsticks. There's a whole pile of other things that we do that are highly negative. And we do it because we've got this money system. Money, money, money. I need the money. And that's why that tree's got to be cut down, because I got to, profit. What profiteth a man if he loses his soul? It's an old parable from the Bible. What does it mean? It means that if you don't have love for all the other beings, you're not real. You're not authentic. You're not in touch with yourself as, a person. You're basically a child of the matrix. And the matrix that we live in, it ain't heaven. Right? So let's continue. Seeking something different, questing for heaven on earth, sounds like a fool's gold. No one's going to do it. Change begins with you. Think globally, act locally. What else? Well, at the same time, you got to stay grounded in the world that you're in. So, you can't change the world all by yourself, can you? You have to have a certain tipping point, a certain number of people that are working at it, so that you can influence the collective mind. Because we're all connected by the collective subconscious, which is a term coined by the psychologist Carl Jung. Synchronicities are evidence that we are connected and that there is intelligence that can be drawn on to organize things. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Okay, so if you were going to remember the song Woodstock by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young or Joni Mitchell, well, you should go review the song, go and look at the lyrics. In there they talk about the devil's bargain. And when I just sang that at karaoke, and I don't remember too much about the devil's bargain. What is the devil's bargain they're talking about in the song Woodstock? Well, if you sold your soul to the devil, I suppose that is what they're talking about. There's a famous song by Cream called The Crossroads about Robert Johnson, who sold his soul in order to be able to be the best guitarist, best blues guitarist ever was. What does it mean if you sell your soul to the devil? What is the devil? The devil in metaphysics or in the tarot card has to do with belief in materialism. What is materialism? Materialism is the belief that everything is linear, everything is solid, everything is... Maybe we'll leave it at that. The opposite of materialism is the old song, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. La, 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 la. Life is but a dream. So the dreamlike nature of reality, you don't much see it. So why do they say life is but a dream? Well, if you look at people who are famous meditators, that would be the Tibetans. The Tibetans have got something called Tibetan Dream Yoga. And I don't know too much about Tibetan Dream Yoga. I listened to a lecture one time, and I can't remember exactly what it was all about. But, I mean, that's your linkage. Your linkage is meditating. And if you want to have a more dreamlike reality, meditate a lot. What's the advantage of having a dreamlike reality?
Well, it can't be followed that strong. You know, you might fucking break something. Girlfriend?
The dreamlike nature of reality is when you've got somebody on the street who is talking gibberish to you and calling you his girlfriend. I don't know that person. I've seen them around in the bar. I think perhaps they've been smoking something that is mind-altering. Let's continue. The dreamlike nature of reality happens when you start seeing magic. You don't want the dream to be a nightmare. You want it to be a magical thing where it pleases you. If you're going to get this way, well, a lot of commentators talk about having to do clearing. What's clearing? Clearing the past traumas. And a lot of times they say a lot of the trauma is past life stuff. And then it's like, well, God, I don't know nothing about past lives. It's just something I heard about, and I don't. What evidence is there? And all that. But anyway, the point is, they always say there's lots of clearing your own personal karma from past lives and the collective karma of your family, people in your city, people in your state, people in your country, people of whatever job you're doing might have a karma, you know, the collective karma of people that are military, and then the complete collective of humanity, and then maybe there's even the collective of non-human beings, you know, these mythical places like the fairy realm. So, because it's all part of, you know, what we call planet Earth and, you know, the great spirit Gaia, which is the spirit of planet Earth. So, you know, that why do we have nightmares? It's because we're re-experiencing traumatic events from past lives. Why did we have trauma in past lives? Well, it really gets back to this devil's bargain. At what point did we sell our souls to belief in what I called materiality? It's basically attachment. The Buddhist would say it's attachment. You're attached to people, places, and things. In other words, you don't want to let go of them. You're trying to hold on to things because you're not in flow, and it's an old pattern that humans have out of ignorance. It takes a lot of study to really understand attachments. And, you know, I would go to the Buddhist teachings to really learn about what they mean by attachments. In the end, that's what you have to be doing all the time, is letting go. In other words, letting things be, letting people be. And, you know, it's a fine line. What does that exactly mean? Well, I mean, if you're, I don't know. It's too hard to explain. But mostly it's just like, you know, you had today. You go to bed and you wake up the next day. And when you first wake up, you might be a little bit groggy. And sometimes, you know, it's like it takes you a little while to get back grounded in, you know, this reality because you've been dreaming. And sometimes it's like when you first wake up, you might feel like something just happened. Like I was remembering something that was going on, some events that were going on with my friends when I was 15 years old, when I woke up from my nap this afternoon. And it seemed like it just happened yesterday. It seems so recent. But, you know, was more than 35 years ago when this happened. I'm gonna have to go and regroup.